Yo, what is poppin', everybody? Today I'm going to be playing with Goodra VSTAR. This deck, actually, or a variation of this deck, did really well at the most recent regionals this past weekend. I believe it was a Peoria. And so this deck list did really well, made top 16. I believe a couple players made top 16 with Goodra. They might have cracked the code. I don't even know if this is the optimal 60 yet, because Goodra feels still really unexplored. You haven't seen a lot of Goodra or a lot of people playing Goodra. The hype is still centered around maybe Zoroark and Giratina and stuff like that, and I don't think a lot of people have really given Hisui and Goodra VSTAR it's time in the sunlight. But I love Hisui and Goodra. It was on my team in Legends Arceus. Love this Pokemon. I caught it as an alpha, but love it to death. It really carried me through the game. So I have like a deep love for the Pokemon because I played with it in the game. But this list in specific is it's very similar to Arceus Duraludon. If you've seen or played Arceus Duraludon, the strategy really revolves around just tanking and healing with this deck. So we have the Arceus VSTAR with Trendy Nova, 200 damage, and then we can search our deck for 3 basic energy and attach them to one of our Pokemon V. This is the main way we're going to be powering up our Goodra so that we can build up to some of its really cool attack. And then we also have the Starbirth VSTAR power, allowing us to search our deck for 2 cards. Just incredible early game, incredible mid game, incredible late game. It's just a fantastic consistency card. Now, we are powering up our Goodra VSTAR to use the Rolling Iron attack. It does 200 damage, and then next turn you take 80 less damage from attacks, which is ridiculous. That gives this thing effectively 250 HP. It's just obscene. It's so tanky, and it being a dragon Pokemon has no weakness, which is another big upside to playing a card like this. So we do have the Moisture Star VSTAR power here, which heals all damage from this Pokemon. Now, most of the time we're going to be using Starbirth because it's great in the early game. It helps us power up, set up, all that good stuff. But there are times where maybe if we find everything we need, we can save our VSTAR power for a potential full heal with Moisture Star. So 90% of the time we're probably going to be using Starbirth, but you have a fantastic backup VSTAR power to really just lean in heavily to the tank and heal strategy. Now, I'm also playing one of the Zamazenta V from Sword and Shield base set. I'm still teetering between this Zamazenta and the Revenge Blast Zamazenta from, I believe, Brilliant Stars. The main Pokemon that this deck kind of doesn't do well into is those Palkia Curums. The reason being is Curum has unlimited damage cap with its attack, so it has the potential to one-shot a Goodra even through the damage reduction. So this Zamazenta is here essentially to just counter Curum. It can also do well into Mew VMAX because you force Mew to use Max Miracle, and if they're swinging into you with Max Miracle, you can potentially Assault Tackle them and remove their special energy, forcing them to find a special energy for multiple turns in a row, which is really solid. So prevent damage from VMAXs, and it hits Curum for weakness. That's the big thing as well, is it hits Curum for weakness. So, and it, like I said, it completely nullifies its attack. So that is what this Zamazenta is here for. And then we have probably one of my favorite Radiant Pokemon, just looks-wise, the Radiant Gardevoir. Once again, tank and heal, man. We take 20 less damage from our opponent's Pokemon V. So with this Pokemon in play, it gives our Pokemon essentially an extra 20 hit points, bringing us our Arceus up to like 300, Goodra up to 290 before the damage reduction and anything like that. So really, really cool card in this list. 1 Escape Rope just for pivoting and potentially disruption. Then 3 Hyper Potions. Hyper Potions heal 120 damage, but the downside is we do have to discard 2 energy from that Pokemon. Well, this synergizes so well with the Double Turbos I'm playing in this list. Double Turbo allows Arceus to potentially swing in that early game, on your second turn of the game. But additionally, you can just attach 1 Double Turbo and then Hyper Potion heal 120 damage from your Goodra. So really, really solid card, really good combination in this list. 2 Rods, because we only play a 2-2 line of Goodra, so being able to get them back is really nice, as well as getting back our energy. 3 Pokegears in this list specifically, or 2 Pokegears, because just added consistency. being able to find our supporters when we might need them. For Quick Ball, for Ultra Ball, like I said, max consistency in this list. A switch is in the list just in case like we lead Goodra or Zamazenta or something we don't want to. We can switch easily into our Arceus and get going. 3 Crystal Caves so we can heal those Goodras. Tank and Heal Man, it's the name of the game with this list. 2 Averys for Disruption, potentially removing our opponent's bench as well as drawing cards for us. 3 Boss, ability to Gust is just way too good to ignore. Plus with 3 Boss, we have a higher chance to draw into them when we need them. 3 Marnies, and then the one of Melanie. Now, this card, I love this card in this list. Absolutely love it. It's a fantastic one-of. I can't tell you how many times when I played Arceus Duraludon, I would whiff energy turn 1, and it would just essentially put me back an entire turn. It would be so detrimental to the list and to the deck that sometimes it essentially would lose you the game or put you behind a whole turn. It was awful. But with Melanie, you have the option to still attack even if you whiff energy turn 1. So you want to Quick Ball or Ultra Ball away a water energy, and then you can use Starbirth to find you double Turbo and Melanie, and then you can Melanie the water energy on, attach your double Turbo, and you're still attacking turn 2. So this is a great way to get your Arceus still going, even if you whiff energy turn 1, which I think is so important with Arceus decks. Then, of course, for research, consistency, 2 Big Charms. The Big Charms are here to make our Pokemon even bigger. We're, like I said, Tank and Heal, man. We give our Goodra 300 hit points before the damage reduction and before the Radiant Gardevoir. So you're just stacking all this damage reduction, extra HP, and just trying to just outlast your opponent. Then rounding out the list, just the 4 double turbos, 4 water, and 5 metal. The metal is also great because that allows us to power up our Zamazenta to attack. So these cards have a lot of synergy. So this is the list. I'm really excited because I haven't had a chance to feature Goodra yet on the channel. So let's hop into some games with it. All right, let's get into this game 1 against the Wii U. Oh, we do lose the coin flip. That is A-okay. So we're probably going to be going second. If we go second, we always have the option to get a double turbo on our Arceus and power it up with a Trinity charge. Power up a Goodra with a Trinity charge. Ooh, not with this hand, we're not. Rubber Waggy. Yeah, this is not ideal, but we'll see what we can do. Lost Vacuum, Roxanne. So it looks like we're going to be playing against Kyurem and Palkia, or just straight Palkia. I guess we shall see. We do get an extra card. He did mulligan, so that might help us here. Alrighty, let's see what we get. Ultra Ball is okay. We can definitely get an energy down on... Okay, so it's not terrible. It's not. So we can Ultra Ball away a water energy, and I think we just get rid of the Rod here. And then I'm just going to get down a Arceus V and an energy attachment. Put it there, attach the energy, and that's kind of all you're really hoping for. I mean, that's a pretty ideal turn 1. We have Escape Rope, we've got the Big Charm to give our Arceus or our Goodra a lot more HP. I also have the Ultra Ball. The Ultra Ball is going to get me my Arceus VSTAR, and then we are just going to probably go in for a Starbirth. So, I'm going to probably use the rope. I could use the rope, but I prefer actually to use my switch. So, I guess I could have roped there before he benched anything, because if I rope, he's just probably going to give me the Oranguru. So, there's the Palkia. I'm going to want to limit my bench here so he can't really swing into me really heavily with Palkia. I don't think the situation we're in is too terrible as well. He's going for the Rapid Freeze. All right, so he's powering up this Kyurem. All right, so we do have a Zamazenta in the deck. Zamazenta is going to really help us deal with this Kyurem. Yo, research off the top. Do I get rid of the rope, risking the switch not being in the deck? I feel like that's so risque. Right? I'm doing it anyway? Right? Switch, please be in the deck. Switch is in the deck. Whew! Dodge the bullet. Everything's fine. Oh, Zamazenta is in here. That's great. So we can grab the Arceus here. I will pop it right there. I've got a pretty solid hand. Now I could attach the Big Charm here. I don't know how much the Big Charm is going to save me with Arceus. It does force him to discard an extra energy, right? Because with 3 energy, he's doing 50 for each. So he's doing 270. Is 3. So I don't think the Big Charm is going to really be impactful here because he just needs 2 water energy on the active. I could do it, but I think it's better used on the Goodra, I'm not gonna lie. So I think I'm just going to put it there, and then we're just gonna go for a research. Maybe we draw into the switch and double turbo. We don't draw into anything, but we do draw right into the Zamazenta, which is incredible. So we'll bench that Zamzam right there, and then I'm gonna Starbirth for my double turbo and my switch. We're gonna grab the switch and the double turbo. But yeah, that is why the Zamazenta is here, man. We'll attach here and then switch right into the Arceus. And then we're going to start swinging into him, start dealing some damage, man. Poking at the Kyurem. And then 1, 2, 3. Now, I could grab all metal. You know what? I don't think I need to attach all energy to my Zamazenta. I think it might be beneficial to spread the energy here a little bit in case I need to go in with Goodra. Makes it easier for it to be powered up, right? I think that's fine, attaching, because we have an energy in hand for the Zamazenta. I think that's fine. Let's spread the energy a little bit here. Not too shabby. I could have Ultra Balled to grab the Goodra VSTAR, but I kind of don't like getting rid of my other rod here. I like Cave, I like Boss, because if he tries to run away, Boss's orders is great. Plus, if he's going to swing into me this turn, I think he's just going to take the Arceus. I really do. So I feel pretty safe holding this hand. So, something though, just because your cards are lighting up does not mean you have to play them. Sometimes it is a-okay to hold hands just in case. So, in case I do get Marnied as well, I've got Ultra Balls and extra cards in the deck to help me find my Goodra V-Stars later if I do get Marnied. So, we'll see. I mean, swinging into him this early is really, really good for us. Like I said, we have the Zamazenta for follow-up this next turn. He's probably going to go into the Palkia here. Palkia would be probably his best bet, but with Palkia, he can't one-shot us because we have a very limited bench. Yo, he just passes. Why didn't he swing into me with at least the Frost Smash? I am slightly confused, but I can always just attach my energy. Now I'm kind of okay to Ultra Ball. I'll get rid of the Quick Ball. I guess I can get rid of Rod. I think I'm okay right now. And then I'm just going to grab my Goodra V-Star, make it really big, hard to KO. It's 300 hit points right now. I think that is a-okay. And then I'm just going to Trinity Nova, take a KO here, put ourselves up 2 prizes. And then we can attach our last 2 energy in the deck onto Goodra. And my last 2 basic energy, should I say. I do have double turbos in my list so that we can potentially tank and heal with the Hyper Potions. We do get a draw supporter off that. Now, I could have played Avery, of course, but my opponent doesn't look like they have very much, and I kind of want to save Avery for when he fills his bench up a bit more. So I wasn't going to get a lot of value there. I don't know why he didn't at least swing into me with the Frost Smash. I mean, if he swung into me with Frost Smash and then swung into me with Palkia, he'd be able to potentially, most likely, KO me this turn. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, guys. But our board state's looking really, really solid. Zamazenta can easily deal with the Kyurem, and Goodra is going to be swinging hard, man. And that damage reduction is so, so nice. Giving us effectively with the Big Charm, 380 hit points. What is a VMAX to Goodra V-Star? Nothing. That's wild, man. Alright, so here comes the Star Portal. He's going to be accelerating energy. No big deal to us because he swings 160 plus another 40. He's only swinging 200 damage right now. So, that's nothing to write home about. I'm not going to lie. I am not too impressed with that right now. That's the nice part about this list is it kind of does well as well into Palkia since you're not benching a lot of Pokemon, which is super nice. Alright, there's the 2 hundo. So here's where Avery might be nice. So with Avery, he'll probably just get rid of Crobat and probably the second Palkia maybe. It's tough to say. So I don't know if Avery is exactly the best play. I could Melanie here and start stacking energy on my Goodra for Hyper Potions. I don't think that is the worst play ever. I could also retreat, denying him these 2 prizes. I actually think I'm just going to retreat here. Let's retreat into the Goodra, get rid of the double turbo, and then I think I might just want to preemptively put energy onto the Goodra for a Hyper Potion play. Yeah, I'm going in for it. We'll do it. Let's do it. There's a double turbo as well, so we can attach our next energy here. And we have a double turbo as well for a hyper potion play. I can put out the cave, but I think I'm just going to hold on to it because he can bump my stadium for sure. And now we're doing Rolling Iron 200, and we take 80 less damage. So if he's still, so him swinging for 200, this turn he'll only be swinging for 120 damage, which meaning one hyper potion will negate his entire turn, which is insane to think about. Oh, he's gusting me out, bro. He's doing me dirty. He had a boss in that hand. That's okay, him taking 2 prize cards. I still think we're in a very phenomenal position this turn. So I could always boss's orders the Curum preemptively to put some damage on it, but I actually think that Zam Zam is actually going to be our best bet here to taking a KO, because we can KO with the Zamazenta, and then he can't really go in with Curum because Curum literally does nothing. He would have to Melanie onto the Palkia in order to actually get a swing off this turn. So, or he could just go in with Goodra. You know what? Goodra is the star of the show. Let's go in with Goodra, man. Another boss's orders. Shoot. Yeah, I guess we can just go with Goodra here. Yeah, let's do it. I don't even need to attach my double turbo. I mean, I could, but I mean, the damage reduction doesn't really affect me at all this game, right? I don't think I need to. I guess I can just hold on to it just in case. I could put out a cave, but I'm just going to hold the hand. I don't need to heal anything right now. I think I'm A-okay. So right now, I know I said earlier that Curum can actually one-shot our Goodra potentially. I mean, we've got 380 hit points effectively right now. He would have to go Melanie. He has Melanie attached. He doesn't have Star Portal right now, so he's probably going to grab Bucket off this. So he can max put 2 energy on this thing, but he used Irida, so he can't Melanie this turn. So the max he's doing is 270 minus 80, so he's only doing 190 damage this turn. Obscene. Absolutely ridiculous. Yo, Goodра's looking kind of nice right now, I'm not gonna lie. This might be the way, guys. Oh, yo, the Glaciated World, I forgot about that. He can get 2 energy on there. So, but I don't think that's enough to even KO still without Melanie. So, Glaciated World, that was his attach for turn. I mean, he's doing extra. That is actually not enough to KO Goodra. Now, we did see in his mulligan, he does play Lost Vacuum. So if he does have the Lost Vacuum, that would be really scary because he can get rid of my Big Charm. I would not be too keen on that. Don't do it. Look at how sad Goodra is. Look at her face. You can't do that to Goodra. Look at how sad she is. Don't Max Frost me. You don't want it. Yeah, because he's doing 200, 320 minus 80. So still not enough to take the KO. Whew. That's ridiculous to think about. There goes the Max Frost. He's probably going to discard everything. I can also equip the Big Charm to this Zamazenta, because he could Marnie me next turn, but he's most likely going to want a Melanie if he wants to even attack. Because he did get down another Curum to get... Oh my gosh. He didn't discard anything. He did 40 damage. That's crazy. So I could Marnie him here. I could Avery. I guess I could theoretically Avery. I don't want to Marnie though, because I don't want to get rid of my boss's orders. And Cave essentially negates that his entire turn. I guess I could play Avery to potentially draw into some more cards, maybe find a Hyper Pot. There's a Hyper Potion for the next turn. He's just going to discard his Crobat. Wait, why didn't I just boss out the Crobat? Yo, guys, I'm garbage. I was just so focused on KOing this Cure when I could have easily just bossed out the Crobat and won the game. I promise I'm not BMing, guys. I promise. I'm not BMing. I just want to show you how much Goodra can tank. That's what it is. I'm not BMing. Goodra just tanks. I want to show you Goodra even eats this hit. I don't think it eats this hit. But, oh lordy. Yeah, Goodra's going down, guys. But the Curum, this is what I was saying though. So I had the boss. I could have chased down the Crobat, won the game last turn. But this turn it didn't even matter. even if he took a KO this turn on my Goodra, he's still going down to my Zamazenta this next turn, and he has no way to really KO my Zamazenta, ever. Look at that damage, 350, woo! That's insane, man. That's a lot of damage right there. But still, he cannot touch the Zamazenta, and that's game over. We do hit him for weakness. Even without the weakness, we are taking the KO and winning the game this turn. Let's hit our opponent with the well played and assault tackle with Zam Zam. Go get him, good boy. Great Pokemon in this list for sure. We had a pretty insane game one against a really meta-relevant deck, which is what I like to showcase. Some of these lists beating these super meta decks, which is really cool. So we are taking a mulligan, so is our opponent. Going second, our ideal turn 2 is Arceus V with a double turbo. There's a double turbo. Oh, no Arceus, bro. Let me have it. Okay, Arceus and Fire Energy. Is it Arceus Charizard? That'd be kind of interesting. Arceus Charizard saw a little bit of play before. Gotta hydrate, guys. Oh, Arceus in that hand? Ugh. No, thank you. We do have the Arceus right here with the Ultra Ball. We just need a switch, dude. A switch or a rope would be crazy. Then we could get a turn 1 Trinity Charge. I do also have Avery and Marnie. I have draw supporters in my hand. But going second against another Arceus variant is a little bit shaky, because that means he's going to essentially guarantee get a turn 1 attack off first. This could be just vanilla Arc Intel with a Radiant Charizard. That is definitely within the realm of possibility. Okay, bench and pass. Let's see what we topped at. Cave, all right. I could Marnie him. I can get rid of Melanie. He could be playing Path. I could get rid of Avery, because I don't think Avery is going to be as impactful right now. I think I'm just going to Marnie this turn. We'll grab our Arceus. We do have 1 V-Star in the list. We have 1 V-Star in prized. We also have the Radiant Gardevoir, which actually could be pretty impactful in this matchup. Yeah, we're looking like we've got 1 big charm. Didn't prize too many things. We have 1 switch and rope, so we still have outs to that in the deck. So we'll bench our Arceus, attach our double turbo, and then Marnie. Our opponent's got a pretty big hand over there. Oh, dang. We don't get it. So he could be playing Choice Belt Goon, so I could attach the big charm to the Goodra to essentially guarantee its survival this next turn. That's not terrible. Yeah, I guess we could always do that. It's not, he's 2 at KOing us either way, I think. So I think it's fine just to attach the big charm here. We could also just hold it for our next Pokemon. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold it for a fresh Goodra V. So I'm going to probably Quick Ball Away Water or Metal, because I Quick Ball Away the Metal, because I actually have more Metal in my deck than Water. I've got 5 Metal and 4 Waters, so it's actually better to Quick Ball Away the Metal here, knowing and assuming that I should have more Metal in my deck than Water Energy. So I know we can technically Melanie, but I got rid of it already. So, you know, I think I can definitely get rid of the Metal, set up a second Goodra here, and then attach the Water Energy to the fresh Goodra. I'm sorry, what? He just got rid of his Radiant Charizard. My man is tripping. That's okay. He probably has Rod in the list, so I would assume at least. All right, Level Ball. He's going to grab himself a Drizzy and probably research here. So he's just looking for an energy turn 1. Maybe he could grab Choice Belt. He might play Zigzagoon. Choice Belt Goon would be really unfortunate, because then he's ahead 2 prizes in this opening turn, and that would just be, not ideal. Don't do it. Don't do it. And he's also powering up another Arceus. Scary thing about this matchup as well is he can potentially Sharon's Care Loop and heal just like we can. So, and with our fairly underwhelming start, I don't know if we'll be able to keep up. There's the Choice Belt, and he has the Zigzagoon. Oh, I should have just Big Charmed the active Goodra. I didn't know he had it like that, bro. That feels really bad. That's okay. We win these. I think our plan here is actually just to build up 1 enormous Goodra and just lean into all the Hyper Potions, Double Turbos, put everything on the Goodra, and just pray. That is just pray. And there's the double turbo off the top. I don't want to get rid of it, because that is going to help me with the Hyper Potions. Ugh, that feels bad. But we'll grab a Goodra here. I guess with that quick ball last turn, I could have gotten the Gardevoir V to help us survive, but like I said, I was kind of hoping he didn't kill me. So we'll attach our energy and research. I'm just looking for my Arceus V-Star here, and Gardevoir would be ideal. So we do have this bad boy. I do have a Hyper Potion in hand, which is pretty cool. Yeah, we're just going all in on this play. We're gonna Trinity Nova. I could Starbirth, but I'm not getting KO'd next turn. So I actually think this game I saved for Moisture Star. I think that's gonna be the name of the game, to save to buy us and negate a whole nother turn of his. Yeah, I kind of want a Starbirth though, because Starbirth can grab me. It can grab me the Radiant Gardevoir right now. Because he hasn't used his Starbirth either, so he could potentially go like Boss. He would need Boss, Scoop Up Net. He'd need a decent amount of cards to pull that off, though. So I'm thinking I just save the Starbirth here. Yeah, let's just go for a Trinity Nova, swing into him, and hope he can't just Sharon's Care Loop us. All right, Goodra, it's all you, girl. You got to carry us to victory here, and we can Trinity Nova again here. And put another 3 energy on this Goodra, just making it as big as possible, as much energy as possible here. And then we can always attach a double turbo to it too. So we should theoretically have 3 Hyper Potions in the deck. We haven't gotten rid of any. So let's see if we can outlast this our opponent's Arceus deck here. All right, he gets his backup Arceus going. Keep in mind, something to note is once we've taken a few prizes, he can Radiant Charizard us. He will have to roll that back into the deck, but he has his V-Star power, so he has ways to easily get it back. He can also attach a double turbo to it. We saw in his mulligan, he has Magma Basin, so an easy way to power it up is go just Magma Basin, double net. Yo, you don't got it like that, right? There's no way. Oh, is he gonna Boss? No way. Boss, double... he would have to go Lost Vacuum, double... Don't do me dirty like that, bro. I'm scared. Like I said, I could have Starbirth to get down the Radiant Gardevoir, but I think in this game, saving our Moisture Star was going to be the key to our victory, so... We'll see. He doesn't got it like that. That's what I'm telling myself. It helps me sleep at night. Oh, gosh. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, or whatever. Sharon's Care. All right. So we're not getting bossed this turn. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine because he's just looping, but doesn't feel good. But he can always net reset this Inteleon. All right. Let's see if we can outlast this guy. I think Arceus Intel is real. I think it's solid right now. I think with the Goodra, I keep saying Goodra, Gardevoir, the other G Pokemon. Gardevoir giving Arceus a lot of survivability as well as like Lake Acuity. I think Arceus is really solid. I think he does well into a lot of single prize matchups. Of course, with mods that can't one-hit KO it. I think he does really well. So I like this choice. He doesn't bench the other Arceus, assuming I might be able to chase it down with my Boss Starbirth combo. So we get an evolution here, and he didn't rebench it, so he actually can't technically Sharon's Care Loop this next turn, which is what I like to see. So I'll attach my energy, and then just go for a Trinity Nova, right? I can Avery, draw some more cards, but I don't necessarily... I could do it, but it doesn't really hurt him very much because he has nothing to discard. I think Avery's potentially better saved for the following turn. Although, because I don't want to research away the Hyper Potion, like I said, I think it's how I'm going to win this game. I think I'm just going to hold the hand. I think it's okay in this instance to hold the hand. I could play it and search for more Mons, but I think it's okay to just do this and power up the Goodra even further. I mean, this Goodra's Ripborn are ready to go. We have 6 energy on us right now. So, there's a lot of energy right now. Yeah, we're ready to Hyper Potion. Finding some double turbos, so maybe the only upside to using Avery there was potentially finding our double turbos, but if we were to, yeah, I think that's fine though. Not using Avery here, because if he benches an Arceus and another Sobble, we can force him to maybe discard some of his resources, like the Sobble. Yeah, he'll probably get rid of the Goon, but that means he's got less search options in the mid to late game. So we'll see. I also didn't want to draw into my basic energies, but I like having the Hyper Potion in my hand. That's my biggest thing. I like having this Hyper Potion in hand. And we seem to have skated through a little bit. We seem to have made it through just enough that our Moisture Star is going to be doing good things. We were able to save our V-Star power, so I'm kind of excited that we're probably going to utilize Moisture Star this game. Like I said, we have to be wary, though, of the Radiant Charizard. He can just slap that down, attach a base center, attach an energy to it, and just kind of go in. So, games with this deck can last a little while because, like I said, you're tanking, you're healing. It can be a little slow. So, if you like these slow, maybe stallier decks, this is definitely going to be the one for you. He's attaching energy to Drizzile. He might be trying to swing with the Inteleon this next turn. Interesting. So, Radiant Charizard at best does 280, so we always live it with the big charm, but we have the 80 damage reduction as well. I might save my Moisture Star for the Charizard. I always have to be wary as well, because if he swings in me with Arceus, Hyper Potion, so he's swinging in me for, let's say, 200 or 180, then with 280, it's a lot of damage, man. So I think I always have to be at full HP just in case the Charizard comes in. That's a lot to ask for, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, Trinity Nova, we know he has the Charizard in his hand, so alright, Goodra, it's your time to shine, girl. Get in there. Ultra Ball. Let's go for the Avery now. Make him discard something. Find another Hyper Pop, which is actually good and bad because we don't have energy in our hand. The downside is not having the energy we need in our hand. Not a fan. So I'm going to Ultra Ball away Zamazenta and the other Ultra Ball because we do not need any of that right now. I can thin out a Radiant Gardevoir. Gardevoir would really help us with our survivability here. And we got 2 more double turbos still in the deck, so... And by him taking, if he tries to KO this Gardevoir, it will not help him in the prize trade because he'll still need to knock out Goodra. So, alright. Our Goodra is taking 100 less damage from attacks right now and has 300 hit points. Man, this guy is big. Energy's great. Double turbo. Oh, no double turbo. So, we know... Oh, so I've got 2 double turbos in deck and 2 in discard. Never mind. I've got no energy there. So if he swings at me with Inteleon, I can actually entirely negate this turn, which is great. But I will have to Hyper Potion if I'm going to stay out of range of the Radiant Charizard. Woo! This is a real intense game. He will need to find a Water Energy, but look at his enormous hand. I'm sure he has one in there. I would love to find a Marnie, but getting rid of the Hyper Potions is iffy, and... yeah, I would love to disrupt his gigantic hand. But no current ways to do that right now. But it's definitely something to note. Raihan, alright? Heavy Ball. Wonder what he's grabbing with the Heavy Ball. Maybe another Sobble? Because he has only benched 3, so probably a Sobble. He probably won't want to bench another Arceus. Because that just is 2 prize liability on the bench that he probably won't want to give up. He's really leaning into the late game Charizard. So, yeah. Radiant Gardevoir coming in clutch this game. I'm about it. Alright, Raihan. Then he can grab any card he wants out of his deck. Raihan, such a nice card. But when we attach an energy this turn, that puts us up to 7 energy, which means we can Hyper Potion twice and still have enough energy to attack, which is great. Because we take out the 4, we still have 3 energy left, which is what we're looking to do. Alright, grabs another Sabi. Wonder what he's searching for off this Drizzile. What does he need right now? Maybe Path? Path shuts off no, Incense, okay. I mean, Path would shut off my Radiant Gardevoir, but I don't know if he's playing. No, he's playing Basin. He's not playing Path, because if he plays Path to the peak, he will shut off his own Radiant Charizard. So that sounds like a no-go. He's poking at my Gardevoir, but that is irrelevant. Hey, double turbo. Wait, did he actually only do 40 damage? Oh, that's right, I have 80 damage reduction. That's dumb. That's so dumb. What? Okay. So, do I need to Hyper Potion this turn? If Radiant Charizard comes down and does 280 damage, plus this 40, that's 320 damage. I'm definitely going to attach this energy. So that's 320. Now, if I take the minus 80, he could always Escape Rope boss me. That's what scares me. The minus 80, I should theoretically survive, right? Minus the 80 brings me up to, I'm going to Quick Ball. I said 320, right? So that's 320 minus 80. Okay, so I should still be out of range, right? Right? Because that's 240. So I think I should be chilling on, actually. This could be a misplay. I should Hyper Potion here, but I think I'm actually good to just rolling Iron. I'm actually so scared. I'm scared. Hold me, guys. Let's just do it. I'm all in on the... I want to save the Moisture Star. I want to save my Hyper Potions for as long as humanly possible here. Like I said, could be a misplay. Could be. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, he has lots of ways to search what he needs on the field right now. A lot. He has 2 Drezziles plus a Shady Dealer. So he could potentially find everything he needs. He would, like I said, he would need Rope, Boss. That's crazy. Yeah, the Inteleon only did 40 damage. That's, honestly, it's comical. It's really funny how little that did. Yeah. And he scoops. He cannot handle Goodra. It's too big. Goodra's too big, man. Goodra's ability to tank and heal, quite frankly, is absolutely unmatched. I mean, its typing is really solid, plus its matchups into the meta right now is really solid. It does well into multi-prize decks. It does really well into the single-prize matchups because I think practically no single-prize deck can actually one-shot Goodra, and that's what Goodra VSTAR thrives against, is decks that can't one-shot it, so it can just constantly heal, and that's what the deck wants to do. Even though the strategy is fairly linear, like, can your deck still beat it? Even though it's linear, it doesn't mean it's bad. Can your deck find a way around Goodra? But one way you can beat Goodra if you're having trouble beating it is using Escape Rope. So you Escape Rope and force it to go to the bench, and then Bosses orders it back in so you can swing into it without the rolling Iron damage reduction. But even then, if it hasn't taken any damage, you're still trying to hit 270. If it's got a Big Charm, a Radiant Gardevoir, it's got 300, 320. So even if you do that, can you KO Goodra? So the deck is an absolute blast to play. I highly encourage you guys to play this list. But if you liked this video, drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I still have so many more videos to make on these Lost Origin decks. Lost Origin brought us so many fun new decks and archetypes. But I will see you all in the next one. Peace.